let's start now. Yeah. Thank you everybody to join our session. Today, together with Yongle, today we will present some topics about OpenStack SDK and some developer application, something like that. There's some gaps in that. At first, we will introduce ourselves with everybody. So, my name is Jian Feng, the second one in the picture. I'm from Intel. I'm leading OpenStack engineering team in Beijing. Yeah, most of our work are focused on the OpenStack upstream projects. Please.
Okay. My name is Fred. I'm working for Huawei, and I'm leading the Huawei OpenStack upstream development team. Just to give the background.
Okay, thank you.
Just to give the background that we have in Huawei we have both upstream and downstream team, and the downstream team is providing the cloud service and OpenStack distro for customers, and I'm working for upstream team, which is connecting the downstream team and the OpenStack community. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Yongle. Today, we will, according to the agenda, at first we will talk about the gap of current OpenStack SDK projects, and after that, Yongle will talk about the OpenLab effort we just launched recently. I believe this OpenLab effort can help a lot for all the OpenStack ecosystem. Okay, let's go. Yeah, we can just have a glance at current OpenStack status. We all know OpenStack is more and more mature during the 7 years of development, and now the OpenStack is already being considered as a de facto standard for the cloud as software in the industry. We know the OpenStack can provide the cloud resource management for compute, network, storage. Okay, all those things we all know about that, and especially for the compute resource management. And we know OpenStack can cover all the different types of compute resource, including bare metal, including virtual machine, including containers. And also, we know OpenStack, the project is already being used by a lot of industry customers in almost every area in a different section. Here, just a picture from the foundation website. We can see in a lot of area, the retails, Walmart, eBay, etc. In the finance area, we can see we have a lot of banks and a lot of government-owned department. For example, the China UnionPay. In the telecom part, is also very clear. A lot of telecom companies have already introduced OpenStack in their networking setup. For example, AT&T, China Mobile, etc. A lot of that. And also in the academy, some research organization, they have already used a lot of OpenStack setup for their science computing clusters. Also, energy, for the example is China state grid. They have a lot of great large scale setup for OpenStack, and some manufacturer and entertainment. Yeah, a lot of users. Yeah, the point. Let's go. Yeah, this page. We can see this. The information just was published yesterday. Yeah, it's very fresh, the data. According to the user survey, we can see In the diagram, we can see the on-premise private cloud setup is increasing almost in every half year. Now, currently, we can see the number is the 72% in the setups in the usage of OpenStack, and also. From this picture, I think the point we can see is the OpenStack usage is still the majority is still on-premise private cloud. And this picture is also from the user survey data. It's to talk about the OpenStack SDK usage. From this picture, we can see the most popular API support for the application is still the OpenStack clients. The second one, we can see there's a lot of vendor or customer write their own script or library to call the OpenStack API. Yeah, and after that. Most of the framework is about the OpenStack SDK projects. For example, the top two popular SDK platform is for the Python programming. One is LibCloud, another is Shade, and then the JCloud. JCloud is a Java SDK platform support. And the Fog is for Ruby, and next is C# for Go language, and then PHP, and then some Node.js, JavaScript. So we can see the popular OpenStack SDK has already covered almost all the popular programming language platforms. This diagram. In this diagram, we can see one point is the top layer. The top layer is talk about how many users or which users are using the OpenStack SDK or library to do their for their cloud software development. You can see there's some. From this side, you can see, for example, the CERN is using Terraform for their CMP development, and SAP, Dynatrace, a lot of vendor is using the Java platform for their software development, and then and a lot of past vendors are using the API wrapper or SDK platform development package for their PaaS component development. Yeah, the second layer is talk about all about the PaaS framework, and then the tools. We can see many operating tools are using SDK also. For example, the SaltStack, the Ansible, the Juju, yeah, a lot of. Yeah. And in the bottom of the picture, we can see this table is about the summary of the popular OpenStack SDK packages. We can see actually in the previous page we have talk a lot about that already. Yeah, let's go next. For the next, Fred Yongle will talk about more about the gaps between the current SDK or some CLI tools or some library between there and the application development requirement. Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Yes, the previous slide shows that there are many SDKs upon OpenStack API. And we can also see that different SDKs comes from different, were created in different years. Some of them are from 2011, some of them from very recent, very new. And this picture shows from customer point of view, we can see from different industries or different platform how well it works with the SDK. Because Huawei provides public cloud and private cloud, and this is the example from Dutch Telecom Open Telecom Cloud, which is public cloud. And when we migrate some customers from their private cloud to public cloud, or create some new customers on the public cloud, we found some issues like the SDK, for example, the Java is not complete. We found some issues. And the other one is SDK is not so up to date, not incomplete. And also some SDK only supports very old functions, for example, Nova Network, which is removed from the new release. So with these issues, we found that customers difficult to use their applications without modifying anything. That means there are some gaps between the OpenStack API and the customer application development. I gave a very specific example about Terraform. Terraform is quite popular to manage the multiple clouds. It provides a script, programmable script to manage different clouds like AWS, GCP, as well as OpenStack. But we can find that OpenStack, even in OpenStack, the functions are not all included. Like only some very basic functions are there, but not all the providers have been developed. So we think we need to continue working on that. And so we found the issue, and we found some actions which we have been working on, and we will continue. The first one, I think the way to clamp the gaps is to the top-down way, because we know what customer we are, and we can analyze what existing tools the customer is using, and we can identify which API, different SDK they are working on, and then we can find the gaps and test it in our lab. And after that, we can we can complete the gap, and we can help customers to run their applications well on the cloud. Here I would like to introduce OpenLab, which was also announced in keynotes by Johnson. The OpenLab was initiated by Huawei, Intel, many different vendors who are interested in this, because we knew we have found the gaps we found, and we hope OpenStack can have a better ecosystem upon that. So we are establishing the OpenLab, and we started with some works. Okay, this is OpenLab. The aim is to introduce and test all the popular tools upon that, and make sure it can work very well with each main release. Like the first release we are working on is now it's Queen, Okata, and we'll continue to work on Pike and the Queens in the future. Why OpenLab is needed, I think I just explained the background, because from customer point of view, a cloud is not only IaaS, it also should include the ecosystem. So this is one of the reasons. And also, we can find that there are many different kinds of SDK upon OpenStack API, but only few of them are inside OpenStack, but many of them are outside OpenStack, like G-Clouds, OpenStack 4G. They are from outside of OpenStack, and nobody inside OpenStack can take care of that. So we need to introduce the different communities into OpenStack community and work together to better the OpenStack. And also from customer point of view, they need the reliable tools and applications already working very well on the environment. And this is just the beginning of the OpenLab. So So we have listed the governance. You can find this on the website. And so we have introduced some tools. And at the bottom, you can see Open Telecom Cloud, which is from Dutch Telecom, has contributed some hardware. And the VxHost in Canada also contributed some virtual machines. And Huawei and Intel have contributed some engineers working on that. And we introduced the Zoo Notebook, those kind of popular tools to build up the continuous integration system so that everything was changed on the either tools or SDK can invoke OpenStack to set up a new environment to test it automatically to make sure it works. This is OpenLab Architecture. At the top, we created a small portal, and then we integrated with GitHub. And once as I introduced, once the changes happens in the either Gopher Cloud, for example, or Terraform site, then it will invoke the system to create a virtual machine to set up OpenStack and then test it with it automatically. This architecture already works, and in some other sessions, there are detailed introduction by Melvin from Huawei. and we as I said, this is top-down way. So we identify from customer point of view and from the popular of the tools point of view. We created the roadmap. So basically in Queens, we have started with Terraform and we will finish Kubernetes. And in Rocky and S, which is not named, we will continue to work on those tools. And if your cloud needs different tools other than these, please contact us and we can work together to have more tools working very well on each main release of the OpenStack. Okay, besides the top-down way, I think another way is the bottom-up way, because we are creating or developing different APIs. So once we have new APIs, we need to make sure the API is good. I think it's fine because we have different project teams, we have API working groups, so they will make sure API is good. And also we need to create at least Python SDK in OpenStack. And then if we knew other SDKs, we may use it, like gcloud, OpenStack4j, for example. We finish them directly in their repo. And then the customer can use it very well. Okay, so in our company, we are working on both ways, because when we made the roadmap, we analyze the customer requirements and we analyze the industry trends. And so the first step we are doing is we open source our SDK in GitHub, and we complete the SDKs. This picture shows that there are two parts. One part is the OpenStack native API, which we have been used, and which most of the SDK are ready, but maybe not follow all the releases, but most of them are already there, and we just need to update or modify a little. And the other part is proprietary API. This part is the extension of the not OpenStack, but from a service point of view. So we have more APIs, so we need to finish all of them finish all of them. Okay, so as a summary, we knew that OpenStack developers ecosystem is not so good as OpenStack itself right now. So we hope more and more developers or users can join this OpenLab to work on that and continue to make the OpenStack ecosystem better. Thanks. So have any questions or suggestions, please? Okay, we can talk after the meeting. Thanks. Bye.